Hey, so today I want to talk about this idea of AA as the only recovery path. And I'm in a few different Facebook groups and different sobriety support groups. And sort of when it comes up that somebody's having a hard time or they're on their, day one and they had stopped for 30 days and they relapsed and now they're drinking again. The answer and the go-to always is AA. And I'm not against AA, but it is not the only game in town. And I'm not taking away from it, no hate on it. It has helped many people quit drinking, but I think a lot of it is tied up to really an old-fashioned approach. I mean, it was founded in the 1930s or whenever it was founded, and I think that things have changed. We have evolved. Our focus on therapy and how we talk about things has evolved. And I think that sometimes people need to be aware of different options that there are out there to quit drinking. And AA is certainly one of them. And I believe if you are having a really, really difficult time, like the kind of drinking problem where you need to check yourself into a rehab because you need that extra support, and I get it, you are worth it. AA is always a part of that, or usually a part of that. But I think for the most of the women that I work with, AA is not a solution. And sometimes it can make things worse. There are lots of problems with the AA model. The AA model is just run by volunteers who happen to be sober. And a lot of those volunteers are white knuckling it. I'm not taking anything away from them. But there are different approaches to sobriety. And the work that I do is based around this idea that you get to be sober. You get to make that choice to be sober. And it is a great choice. It can be difficult. It can be tricky. Early days can be hard, are often hard. All the emotions come up. But when you work with a coach or you do an alternative model, there's lots of online sobriety groups out there. Laura McCown has the Luckiest Club, and Holly Whitaker has Tempest. So there's other programs out there, and they're women-centric, which I think is important when you're a female in that space and trying to recover, or trying to figure out what your path might look like. So take some time. Talk to some different people who have gone through this. I know when I started my journey, when I first decided to get sober, I did it by myself. I had a friend who has been sober for decades. She took me to one AA meeting and that was it. I was not interested. The AA meeting I went to, full of men, middle-aged men, and the night that I went, it happened to be a night that everybody was had relapsed, or they had relapsed at some point, and they were kind of begging for forgiveness to start again, and they needed to go through their amends list, and they needed to make, say sorry to all these people, and they weren't humble enough. And I was like, none of this is resonating with me. None of this lands with me and how I view this journey of getting rid of something that's fucked up my life for way too long. So I think just keep those things in mind when you are trying to figure out support. Your journey gets to look however you want it to look. And that can be a good thing, and that can be the tricky part of it too, because sometimes you do have to try some different avenues. Sometimes you do have to go far out of your friend and family group to find support. Sometimes your friends and family are the least supportive people, and they will be the least supportive people in your life. And that is frustrating and that is sad, but that is all about them. Do not let their feelings about their drinking dictate who you are and who you want to be. That's a bit of a rant, soapbox, whatever you want to call it. But if you want to sort of learn more about my approach to sobriety, I have a link in my bio. Feel free to click on it. It will take you to my free 30-minute call, and we can talk, we can chat, we can see what might be right for you. We can brainstorm stuff. And see what kind of supports make sense in your life, and as you move into this sober lifestyle. And I look forward to connecting with you. Take care. Bye.